President Trump is preparing to sign an executive order on Wednesday pertaining to social media. That, according to the press secretary of the White House, will actually happen tomorrow on Thursday. Again, an executive order pertaining to social media, so be on the lookout for that. But this coming just one day after Twitter shocked users and the president when it placed a fact-check label on two of his tweets. One America's Jen Pellegrino reports.
Liz, thanks so much for taking time to be with us.
Good to see you.
Liz, there are some new rules that Twitter has implemented, and they seem to apply only to the president. What's going on here?
Well, their bias is showing, and we've seen this before, and unfortunately, I think it's going to continue, and that's why the president is right to call it out. And everything the president said in that tweet is actually happening as we speak. If you look at New Jersey, their absentee mail-in primary is one of those races. 3,000 votes were set aside for fraud. You have ballots being stolen out of mailboxes. You go to Nevada, where Clark County, a Democrat, held a stronghold. They're mailing ballots to inactive voters, and they're winding up in the streets and in trash cans. So the threat of fraud is real.
Liz, you know, we're in the middle of this pandemic, and facts are more important than ever. Why now? Why this particular topic?
It's very interesting, and they're coming under fire from the left, who wants to control free thought. They want to control free speech. Look at Philadelphia, where a judge and a Democrat official were caught stuffing ballot boxes. This just happened. And this isn't ancient history. And with Democrats calling for a massive expansion in mail-in voting and electioneering with our elections, this could pose a huge problem in November. But it's really troubling at the same time that Twitter and other social media giants, as you said, when information is so important at a time of a pandemic, keep suppressing opinions, keep suppressing information that they deem problematic. And that is not what this country stands for.
I'm sure you saw this story that the Twitter executive that was behind this, his name is Joel Roth. He's the head of site integrity. He's got a history of anti-Trump posts, anti-conservative posts. I'm not going to reread some of what he said. I don't think it's suitable for air. But how is this okay? Where's the outrage? You know, if they did this to, say, Barack Obama, the mainstream media would be going crazy.
Absolutely. And we all see it. We know there's a bias, a left-wing bias in Silicon Valley. It's not just in Twitter platforms. It's Facebook, it's Google, it's YouTube. But they need to be open about it. And they need to stop pretending that they're fair arbiters here. And it's certainly not surprising that you would have the person that is behind keeping Twitter, the website, whatever the phrase is, integrity, that they would be a far left-wing radical activist. And unfortunately, that's what we're dealing with. But that's why President Trump will call it out. He's not just running against the Democrats, he's running against the mainstream media, and he's running against these social media platforms. And we need to keep voicing our opinions and calling them out when they're unfair and biased against us.
The president has tweeted that there will be action to follow. What do you think we'll see coming out of this in the next several weeks here?
I hope we see Congress getting involved. I hope we see more hearings. I hope we see really looking at this issue of whether it's time to look at these different platforms as publishers versus private companies when their platforms are really used as a major news source. And I think the more transparency, the better, and the more public open debate also will put the best interests of the country first.
Liz Harrington with the RNC. Always great to have you on, Liz. Thank you.
Thanks for having me.
Want to see more videos like this? Click on the link below and subscribe to One America News on YouTube. And call your cable provider and kindly demand that One America News is added to your lineup. Call and subscribe today.